American voters' choice for the next leader is widely seen as a protest against the status quo. Then now predictions are being made that Europe's establishment needs to watch its back somewhat. There are a few elections on the way in the EU, with politicians once dismissed as fringe now feeling buoyed by what's happened across the Atlantic. Boiko's got more on that.
When Britain went Brexit, the fuse was lit. Then Donald Trump's election proved Americans were fired up with the anti-establishment bug too. So where next will the political old guard get a kicking? Brexit's cheerleader-in-chief, Nigel Farage, thinks he knows.
Don't be surprised to see this political revolution elsewhere, perhaps in Europe next year.
Here's how Europe's political calendar is shaping up for the year ahead. Elections for the presidency in France and the Czech Republic, German parliamentary elections, and another independence referendum in Catalonia. They're all potential hazards for Europe's political establishment, leaving it susceptible to yet more nasty surprises. Enthused by Trump's success, French right-wing leader Marine Le Pen hopes to inflict a blow at next year's presidential election.
What happened tonight is not the end of the world, it's the end of a world. The Americans now have a president they chose and not the one wanted by the establishment.
Before Wednesday, Le Pen's chances were dismissed as slim. Now French pollsters talk of President Le Pen as a genuine possibility. Meanwhile, the Dutch Freedom Party is as popular in the polls as the ruling Liberals.
I think that the people of America, as in Europe, feel insulted by all the politicians that ignore the real problems. That is one of the reasons that you see also in Europe that things will change. Politics will never be the same, and what I call the patriotic spring will have had an enormous incentive, and that is the lesson that we learned.
And in case anyone's tempted to dismiss these as just fringe politicians, the lesson from Brexit is a small party with a big message can win the day.
I think this is a revolution. This is a follow-on to Brexit. This is Brexit 2. This is where the British told their ruling class, their political class, their journalistic class where to go, and now the Americans have done exactly the same with Donald Trump.
In a few weeks, Austrian voters might do the same, potentially electing Europe's most right-wing head of state since 1945. Until now, few viewed the populists as a plausible threat, and Brexit had been blamed on elderly British voters having a moment of madness. Now that Trump's victory is sealed, the message to continental Europe is that change can come anytime. Boiko, RT, London.